I'm Emily Leifer, and this is video 6 for Museums and Public Memory, where we were asked to discuss some of our ideas for the exhibition projects the class is doing, either Charles River, Tel Aviv, or the Rose. And I'm going to talk about the Rose. There were a few members of our class brought up the idea of doing a history of the Rose in general, while other members of the class brought up the idea of doing a history the resistance to the closing, one being like longer and more official, and the other one being significantly shorter and significantly more recent. I think that it would be good if the class could complete both of those exhibitions. I really like the idea of doing the history of the Rose either outside of the Rose or definitely in some sort of large space that's hopefully in like a prominent area. Though I also think a history of the sort of resistance to the closing is also a story that should be told, and I think that is maybe something we could do with the Shorts Gallery space. Though I don't know how much I want to do or how comfortable I would feel doing a history of these things, saying that their sort of historical moment is over and that we can look back on it. I mean, I guess if the exhibitions were done, I mean, they would have to be done in a specific way to allow for the possible continuance of the Rose Art Museum as a museum or the resistance to the closing. Though, I mean, by the time these exhibitions would be up, hopefully the crisis will have come to some sort of conclusion. In displaying the sort of resistance to the closing, I think that it should definitely be something on a computer, something on the internet. I think it would sort of be backwards to take all the documents and all the information that's been on the internet and to print it out in some way for the exhibit. I think that way would also go against sort of this thesis of this class. I think that for the exhibit about the movements involving the Rose art, that it should be some sort of either database or website that's very interactive, that you can maybe through either a timeline or more like a web of links see different like emails and decisions and sort of the conversations on the wiki, either the Cultural Productions wiki or the school's wiki about different options that they have up for discussion, and just sort of having a web of interactive links, seeing sort of causes and effects and a general timeline. And I think that would be very interactive, and also it would make sense, since I think it's really unprecedented how much of this whole situation has been on through the internet. I think that's what has allowed, either for better or for worse, for all of this to go so fast, and also for information to be spread quickly and also very selectively. So I guess we should sort of take that selectiveness that the internet allows for and use it, take that away and show all of it to anybody. I guess part of Museum of History is making it accessible to everybody, so I think that we should create some sort of website or database that allows all the online documents, the blogs, the photos, the email communications to be accessible in some sort of coherent network that's searchable and clickable and navigatable to viewers. And I think that would give a really good insight into sort of the feeling of this whole situation, sort of the medium that it's been moving through. And it would also be very interactive in the sense that we're trying to find ways for museums to be more interactive.